Hey, Hero fans, this is Todd. And you're like, wait a minute. This isn't He-Man. Okay, hold on a second. He-Man. Anyway, no, it's not He-Man. It's Star Wars. So, for those that know me, you know I had a lot of action figures growing up. And Star Wars was one of my favorites as a kid. And just looking at this right here, and the thumbnail picture I made, it just reminds me of my childhood playing with my Luke Skywalker that I had. I actually got my Luke Skywalker similar to this for Easter when I was a kid, and it was like the coolest Easter. Like Easter, got him and C-3PO. Let's pull out C-3PO here. Boop, 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 boop. There he is. And I got those together in my Easter basket when I was a kid, and that was just like the coolest thing ever. And I remember that Easter so well. It was just so cool to get those two figures as a kid. Anyway, so just looking at these, it's just so nostalgic for me. And I'm just loving that new Luke Skywalker and the new Princess Leia. I've been waiting for these in the mail forever. And let's break it down, run it down, and let's compare it to the other figures that have come out in the past from the Black Series. And I'm so tempted to pull out my customs, but I'm not. I'm not going to pull out my customs this time. You guys are saved from the customs. So we're just going to go ahead and look at these Star Wars Black figures, these new ones that have come out, and let's do some comparisons and check them out. So since I'm most excited about Luke, we're going to start with Princess Leia first. Maybe you guys might be excited for her. So let's just check her out and see what we got. First, we have the Star Wars Black box, which is pretty standard packaging, and it has her name on the side. And on the back, it gives a little story of her. Daughter of Padme, and continues on. And Anakin Skywalker, sister of Luke Skywalker. And with a soft spot for scoundrels, Leia ranked among the galaxy's greatest heroes. That's kind of a cool, I like the way they spelled that all out. So, it's kind of fun too. A soft spot for scoundrels. Of course, we're talking about Han Solo. Anyway, so there is the figure in the box, and like I said, I was really excited to get her. So let's break her out of the box. Out of the box. And let's open her up and see what we got inside here. And like, we already know what it is, Todd. It's a Princess Leia figure. Yes, we do know that, but let's see. I guess we can see our accessories, right? We can see what we need right here, but let's take her out of there anyway. And let's see what we got. First of all, we got a cool little insert. And we have probably this right here. Probably tells you about all the safety about it. Don't get hurt. Ooh, small fine print. No kid's going to read this. No adult's going to read it. So, there we go. Good job, Hasbro. Thanks for throwing this in. It's just going to be fodder. But I know it's for your lawyers. So you can say, we gave it to you. We gave you some choking information and everything else. And plastic dangers in California and all that stuff. All right, let's take these guns out of here. I don't want to damage the gun and just get the tape off. So, Hasbro, quick comment for you. Mattel has learned to stop using tape in their products. I have posted it over and over and over again. Look at that gun. It's kind of a little bit bent. Whoop. Has kind of a curve at the end there. So, that's going to have to heat it up with some hot water and fix that. But when years go by, this tape's going to be all yucky, and it's going to make all these things sticky, and these figures are going to have like tape residue all over them. At least it's not on the cloth part, so that's cool. But you got to figure out something else. I can't know how bent that is. That is just crazy. I don't think it's supposed to be that bent. Let's take a look at the old one. It's kind of bent too. Maybe it's just the styling of it. Maybe it just looks bent. Maybe it's just an optical illusion. Because it has the same bend going on. Maybe it's because this blade underneath. It's because of that look. I have to admit, though, I do like the old one better. The black and the silver. But this is more realistic with kind of the brownish gray. And not quite as bright on the silver. But when I'm talking toys, I do like when it's definitely, you know, this, you can just see it. It is sharp and clear, the old one. And the new one, yes, it may be closer to real life with a brownish gray and the silver not quite as bright, but this doesn't look as clean and sharp as that black does. Oh well. You know, let's get her out of there. She has a hood, which is also taped in. That is so weird looking. Zoop, zoop. And let's bust her out of there. Bust her out. All right. So let's talk about articulation. We have ankle articulation. We no boot cut. We have a double jointed knees. We have a hip up there at the top. We have a waist twist right above her split of her clothing there. And it's very movable, not just twisting, but whoop, all kinds of twistiness. We have a shoulder articulation. We have elbow single jointed. We have her hand held out at an angle like she's holding a sword. But I imagine she's holding her gun down too. She has a trigger finger. Oh no. I lost the gun already. There it is. They're so small and, you know, these get lost pretty easily. But if she was to raise this up, it's kind of a weird angle. She has to raise it pretty high to get that to work. So, but her hands down, it does work pretty good for her not to be shooting. So I guess you want to shoot, you want to use this hand here. But for a lightsaber, that is a great hand to have. I mean, look at this. Look at this. Now, for those in the He-Man community, we call this the hold aloft hand, where the hand's bent like that, because you can see the sword is held straight out. And then also, if you raise it up, you can hold the sword straight up when the hand is bent like that. So that's a great sword hand, but not a very great gun hand. But for sword fighting, whoosh, that is like ultimate. But then again, she doesn't come with a sword. She has a trigger finger, and she comes with a gun. 2 guns. You can get that trigger finger loaded on there. Let's see if we can do that. It's too far to reach for this big gun. Let's try the little gun. We'll hook the finger first, and then we'll put it in. Hopefully I don't break her little finger off. Well, it's not her little finger, but her finger's so little. Yeah, so for the little gun, the trigger finger works great. It goes right into the hole. You can see it going through right there. So that works really good for that. But again, for shooting, she has to raise it pretty high. I guess there has been scenes in the movie where her elbow's down or the gun's pretty high. But that's a really weak holding. But I guess maybe laser guns don't have the same kickback that guns have. So, guns. All right, she does have a split in the side, so you can put her legs off to the side so she can do karate. Karate ho! And she can't quite do the splits. Her legs stop right at that point. So that is it. We're talking like a 90-degree kick. Whatcha? Oh, and she kicks Luke to the curve. Ha! Take that, Duke Snot Popper. Anyway, she is pretty cool. Let's go ahead and do some head comparisons. You know what? Let's do the hood first. We got to do the hood. Head off. Oof. I don't like how that broke off. It broke off at the neck point instead of the head point. Then you pull this one off. Zoop, zoop, zoop. Come on off. It's like her whole neck pulls off even lower. How weird. She has like multiple neck points. And the divot goes in the back. So if you're going to put this on, you got to stick that on first. And then get her head in there. There we go. That is so movie-like. That is kind of cool. It looked funny outside of her just sitting there, but when it's on her, I guess she could hold both guns, one on each hand. She's like, oh, what is that? Well, you know what? Let's move up and down. Oh, her hand does move up and down. Ha 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 ha. Now she can shoot straight. Ha. Take that, you scoundrel. Pachoo! So you can aim the shoulder out like this. Aim her head over there. Put this hand right there. Huh. Put this other gun here for later use. And there we go. She's a straight shooting now. Annie Oakley. You're like, who in the world is Annie Oakley? And why do I care, Hebrew? Anyway, pretty cool. Get her in a really good stance so she is embraced. Foot back. There we go. So, that's cool. Her hand goes up and down, and this hand goes back and forth, which is what we like with our He-Man figures for the same reason, so you can switch up holding aloft and holding a gun. Whatcha? That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Stand up straight, princess. There we go. All right, so let's do some head comparisons. I happen to have some different Princess Leia's here. So this is the first Princess Leia head I got. My light burned out. Hold on. Let me do a light swap. Light swap. Let me plug this one in so it is ready to go in a few minutes. Next light. Okay, so here's the first head I got. And it's pretty cool looking. This is actually my favorite of the two that I had. And then they went and did some digital paint one, which I'm not a fan of the digital paint one. I thought I would be before I got it. And you can see she looks like without her clothes on. It's kind of funny. I kind of wish they gave her bare legs, but that's okay. And so taking a look at these two, you could see the regular paint and the digital paint. Like I said, I like the original paint better, but this one, look at this. This is incredible. Look at that. It's like looking at a Carrie Fisher statue. That is unbelievable. I cannot believe the jump in the two digital type prints from the one previous and the new one. Amazing. Amazing. Now, I still am partial to this because I do like the toy look. So, but between these two, the new one just looks incredible. Look at that. It's amazing. They have come a long, long ways. And this is quite the really cool Star Wars figure. I mean, granted, she doesn't have cloth goods, but, you know, the head is amazing. I do like the way they did all the wrinkles on the rubber to make it work. They do have nice folds going over the belt and stuff. It just looks like it just jumped off the movie screen right to my tabletop right here. And I am highly impressed. Hasbro, excellent job on this figure. Very impressive. Yes, I kind of made some wisecracks about the arm earlier and the legs, but man, I tell you that paint job, that is amazing. That's amazing. I just can't get over that. Okay. Enough looking at her head, which is incredible. Now let's move on to Duke Snot Popper. For those who don't know, that is the name of a parody they had a long time ago on a record that you could buy. And I used to listen to that record all the time and to crack up about it. I think that's what it was. Was the record that had that, or was it Hardware Wars? I don't remember. You guys will tell me in the comments. So, this is the new Luke. And they came out at the same time. I just got them from Big Bad Toy Store today. They were sitting on my porch after church. And we pulled up, and I had this and something Moto related too. And pretty excited about both of them. So let's take a look here. Let's roll this around, and let's take a look at what it says about Luke Skywalker. It says Luke Skywalker was a Tatooine farm boy who rose from the humble beginnings to become one of the greatest Jedi the galaxy has ever known. Bum, 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 bum. That is some cool artwork. Anyway, let's go ahead and open this up, and let's take a look at this figure. Now, I've had a hard time trying to find a Luke with a decent face. I will see him online all the time. I'm like, nope, nope, nope. And even though I want the figure like the X-Wing pilot or something else, I just can't get over how bad the face looks, and so I end up not getting him. This is probably the best face I've seen. That's why I ended up getting this one a long time ago. But even this face is not that spectacular. But I am hoping we take a closer look at this, that it's going to be as cool as Princess Leia. Let's go and start with his lightsaber, because you can't be a Jedi without making your own lightsaber, right? Of course, was this his father's lightsaber? The one that he used to kill the younglings? I think it is. I think this is actually Darth Vader's lightsaber before. So let's check this out. Look how blue that is. That is blue, blue, blue. Now here's the one that came with the Luke Skywalker, and you can see this one's actually thicker, so less chance of it snapping and breaking so easily. And does it pull out? Does it? Does it? I'm afraid to pull. I don't think it pulls out. It feels like it would, and it looks like it does, but I don't want to give it a tug. Ugh. Yeah, I'm afraid it's going to break it if I pull it out. Does this one pull out? No. Okay. And so you can see they made the new one thicker and more blue, and it's just much more stout. Less chance of it snapping and breaking on you. Now, when I was a kid, I always wished that Luke Skywalker carried the blaster. I know he didn't use it in the movie, but actually he did. When he was on the Death Star, he was shooting around. So, and he has his little binoculars here that he looked at the sand people with. And let's compare it to the other one that's on his back. And you can see it's the same mold, but a little bit different paint job. You know what? It's not the same mold. No way. Let's get that off there. Look, look, look. Let's take a closer look at this. Let's take a closer look at this. So, this is the new one here. And notice the dial is actually smaller than the old one. So it's not the same mold. And this one has a clip that goes on his belt, the one from the first one. And this one has just a little notch that I imagine is going to go on his belt. So it is not, believe it or not, the same. Yeah, you can see it here too. Here's the first one that I had, and you can see all the little details on there. So again, I think the older one I actually like better than the newer one when it comes to the accessories, because a belt clip is way cooler than just a little hole that you pop into a spot on his belt. So it's kind of cool. It actually slides on there like it would as if it was real. Yeah, slide on there, man. Slide on there. You can do it. So I may be doing a little bit of swapping of some of these figures to make the ultimate out of the two of them for both Princess Leia and Duke Snot Popper. All right. The moment of truth. Okay, let's take a look at this. Let's start at the bottom, talk about articulation. We have foot articulation. You should have a boot cut right there because his leg's crooked. I guess, what is going on here? That's gotta bend. Because otherwise his leg is like all cattywampus. We don't want cattywampus leg. There we go. It does twist at the boot. Hooray, we got a boot articulation, knee articulation, which does kind of ruin the sculpt a little bit when you open the knee up, but that's okay. Just keep his knees straight. The back looks really good, though. They even put sculpting on the articulation point. Look at that. Good job, Hasbro. All right. And so it has two places it twists, here at the knee and at the boot. And then we have lateral movement on the hips, a little split in the side so you can get his leg out there. Oops, I'm losing pieces. Did that just break off? I think that did just break off. I think I just snapped that off. I think it used to be hooked at that belt a second ago, and I just snapped it at that plastic right there. Maybe it's made to come off. I don't think so. That's a pretty short hook. I'll stick it back in there and we'll see. Yeah, I guess it does fit in right there. It's got a little notch, I think. I don't know. All right, and then his waist turns, just like Princess Leia. That piece is going to keep falling off all the time, isn't it? And now I'll never know if it was actually glued on there or not. And then his shoulders have movement, and he has single jointed elbows. Doesn't look too bad on the back when you open it. And I like they put the articulation, they put sculpting in it too, so when it's all the way open, it just matches in with the arm. And then he has, did they give him the same hand as Princess Leia? Are they all going to have that now, or they have... They gave him a girly hand. No! Come on. No way. They did. They gave him the same hand she has. I can't believe that. I think his hands would be a little bigger. Anyway, he has a trigger finger, but no gun. But, oops. The right sword? Yep, that's the right sword. But because he has that, let me zoom this out so you guys can see what the heck I'm doing. Because he has that articulation point there, he can point the sword, so he has a good sword hand. So you can raise it aloft and, ha! I have the power of the Force. So, cool. Yeah. So, let's take a look at the faces. That face. So let's take a look at... Oh, I didn't hook this up to his belt yet. I don't know where I'm supposed to hook to. Is there a missing piece? There's no notch. He has this notch here. It's for his lightsaber, though. That's so weird. Yeah, I don't think this broke. I think it's... I don't see a white spot on the end there. I think it's just hooks in there. It's like a piece missing from it. Is it supposed to have... Nope, that's hooks on different. I don't know. Yeah, you can see this goes in right here as a little notch in his waist. Right there. Just for that to sit. If you could see that or not. See that little notch in there? That's made for this hook here, I believe. Now I can't get it on there. There we go. And you can feel when you move it back and forth, it kind of just locks in place. But I don't know where this is supposed to go. Like I said, it has a little notch for it, but maybe that notch is for his thumb to hang on to it. Let's try that. Maybe it's for his trigger finger. Stick your thumb in the hole, dude. Nope. I don't know. That's so weird. I can't believe the end doesn't come off here. It's got to. I'm just afraid to pull it all the way. I'll have to watch online and see if anybody else is brave enough to pull it off. Because you're not just going to let it hang there like that and burn people while he's walking around. Okay. Firmly grasp it. Firmly grasp it. Firmly grasp it. Okay, let's get on to the faces now. That's what I came here for to see. That's what you guys came here for too. let's see those faces. So, here is, boop, Luke Skywalker. And here is the new Luke. Way better. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that is the Luke that I grew up with. That is so crazy. Look at the detailing on the eyes and the face and the coloring. The paint is impeccable. I also like the color of the boots better. That seems to be the right color. These are just like little mini statues. They are incredibly done. I still don't see where to put those little binoculars though. I wonder if I lost a piece. Some little chunk. Nope. Very cool. Very cool. I just cannot believe. So let's look at these two together and just see. These guys are like movie ready. They got to rename these. Instead of Star Wars Black, they need to call them movie version, or I don't know. They got to give it a different name because they're so much better than the previous figures. It's incredible. I hope they make a Han Solo with this. If they make a Han Solo like this, I am buying it immediately. I mean, look at that quality of detail. Amazing. 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 I just can't get over it. It is just so cool. Anyway, you guys have been hearing me talk for almost half an hour now about how amazing these figures are. I am blown away. I thought they'd be good, but I didn't think they'd be this good. And so looking at it in the zoomed up of the camera, it's just incredible. All the detailing they have on these figures, they are amazing. How many times did Hebrew say amazing in this video? So let's compare it next to my favorite figure, Rose Tico. Oh! Okay, Rose Tico is not my favorite figure. I actually feel bad for this actress because she seems like a really good person, and I've seen her in interviews, and I'm sure she loves her craft of acting, and she seems really nice in real life. But the role they put her in for Star Wars, I just feel bad for her. But as you guys know, I always make jokes about this figure because she was such a hated character in the series. But she's kind of growing on me. Which I know sounds kind of funny. But I have so many of her now from my videos that I've made. I got boxes of her in my closet. I do like this Princess Leia, though. This one's really cool. This is one of my favorites, too. She's got the cool hair. She's got the cool suit. Cha-cha! Now, here's what's funny. All right? When it first started, and they're in that little village, the little people, oh, what are their names? I can't think of their names now, but you guys will tell me in the comments. They tried to cook them. If you remember right, those little teddy bear people. I can't remember their names off the top of my head right now. And then later on, once they find out that C-3PO they think is, some kind of deity, and all those things happen, they help defeat the Empire, and at the end, they bring out clothes for Princess Leia to wear that match their styling. But obviously, they are so small, those clothes are not going to fit her. So where did they get the clothes to give her? Is it from somebody else they ate? Those little cannibals? So it's just kind of funny. I guess they're not cannibals because they're technically eating a different species than themselves. But it's just, when I started thinking about that, it kind of cracks me up that where did they get the clothes to give Princess Leia? Was it from another victim or another meal that they had? Anyway, this cracks me up when I think about that. Let's compare her height. Look at that. Look at that. They are consistent. Let's see here. Yep. I still might give her bare legs. That could be kind of fun. Just take and heat this up, pop it off right here, Put the bare legs on there. Keep the new boots, though. The new boots are better than the old boots. They're the same height. They are. Cool. That'll be easy. Still deciding. Alright, well, that is the end of my Star Wars saga today. Thanks for joining me. I know it was kind of a long video. My ears are ringing now. And if you decide to get these figures, it is well worth it. I'll put a link to it in the description for you guys. And look, I got a new background too. I just made it just today for my Star Wars. For my figures I was going to show off. It's like, hey, I need a new background. I need some kind of Star Wars thing. So, there it is. And that is all that I have. And I guess, since we're not doing He-Man stuff, we're not going to say a good journey. We're going to say, may the Force be with you. So, may the Force be with you? That sounds so weird. And that's it. Bye now.
If you found enjoyment, like, subscribe, and ring the bell. Do it!